If you like absolutely butchered Anglophone pronunciation of French words, mediocre coffee reviews, and urbanist praise/glaze, then this vlog is for you, because today we're exploring Montreal in May. Welcome back to another photo vlog. I know it's been a minute since I posted my last one back in autumn, but winter in Toronto makes that kind of hard for obvious reasons. But we move on to bigger and better things. Better mainly being warmer weather. So it's really the perfect time to go out and explore. I've actually been to Montreal once before. So that video back in June 2022 was my first time. Back then, we stayed for 3 days and 2 nights, and we shot about 3 rolls of film, with only 2 actually turning out. And I just remember feeling not fully satiated. There was still so much to see, so much to do, and try things that we didn't get to. So this time, we rented an Airbnb, and we had a whole extra night to stay. So 3 nights in total. It's so crazy. But in all seriousness, we had tons of film to bring, intending to shoot it all, including a roll that I even forgot to bring, more on that later. But just as a little teaser, here are some screenshots of our step counts on our full days. So needless to say, we have a packed video ahead, and let's waste no time and jump right into our adventures. You like that little cinematic intro? Little opening of the cabinet? Just wanted to quickly say that we've made it. We're here in the Airbnb. We've already spent a night. We just had some more errands and settle in last night, so we didn't really shoot that much. But we've got our first full day ahead of us. We've got quite the plan. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly pop in, show the place a bit. It's so large, it's so glamorous, as you can see. I wanted to start off with something nice and simple, some versatile Fuji 400. With the weather being a little bit mixed with some overcast, some rain and some sunshine too. Plus, I wanted something that I could shoot indoors and outdoors because I knew I wouldn't be able to help myself with all the spots we were gonna hit up. The beauty of the Montreal Metro hits you immediately, especially at our home station of Peel, with our spot being right downtown. Loving the first of this roll here. Something about standard cheap Fuji 400 and how cozy it can feel. Loving the moment of the scene in the second of the roll as well. This is one of the really popular bagel spots we meant to try in our first visit. I am a sucker for a good bagel, and that fresh lettuce and tomato really hit on my BLT. This was the next spot we knew we needed to hit up after our bagels, Café Leo. Like I said in the intro, we love doing a nice little mediocre coffee review, and this is the place that inspired it. Back in 2022, we ended up trying this cafe on a whim, and it immediately became our favorite ever. Although the reference point of Toronto coffee is not a very high bar to clear, no shade. But Café Leo just has a fire matcha latte, a fire mocha, and there just really isn't anything that can compete. Like I also said in the intro of this video, there's gonna be some terrible anglicized butchering pronunciation of these train stations. So you're just gonna have to bear with me, and I'm gonna put up the proper pronunciation from Google Translate for a reference of how terribly I'm butchering them. But I just really love the captures in this metro station. Préfontaine. Some of my favorite from the trip, with the really cool skylights and rails. I love how symmetrical the escalator shot is, and the following shot is just overall a really nice relaxing scene. These were all taken on our way to our first point of interest, the Notre-Dame Cathedral and Old Montreal. There was this strip of Chinatown we stumbled upon on the way, and the sun was just beginning to shine. And it was just really exciting to see the busyness kind of come to life with the sunshine, and I'm really happy with some of these shots. I really love this shot too, right outside of the cathedral. Tons of people taking pictures, obviously, and I love capturing people take pictures with their phones. It's kind of like how I feel with capturing people pointing. It's just such a wholesome moment. Then inside Notre Dame, it's absolutely breathtaking. There's so many intricate, beautiful details and lovely colors from the stained glass and different lights around the cathedral. Loving the facade of the cathedral too. Looks so beautiful with the pastel blue right behind. Tons of beautiful sights and sounds in Old Montreal. Definitely a place I'd like to revisit and capture a couple of rolls of. I was very happy with the results of this roll. It always takes a little bit to warm up in a new environment with so much novelty and things to capture that you haven't seen before. But out of this roll, there's about 16 keepers, which is a really great way to start actually. I mentioned before there was film that I forgot to bring, CineStill 800T. And we didn't show it, but we ran around a bunch of film stores in the morning trying to find it and were unsuccessful. So we just ended up picking a roll of Portra 800 anyways. So hunting around for film, carrying all of our gear, we had taken so many steps. And in order to keep going, we knew we needed a quick power nap. So we made it back home before visiting a familiar site. That familiar site being Verdun, baby, the place that we fell in love with the first time on our trip to Montreal. There's just such a beautiful, unique European feel to this neighborhood, with tons of multi-unit housing, alley cats, kids and families playing. There's just so many beautiful scenes to capture in this tiny sector of Montreal. So as we noticed the sunset getting real nice, We raced down there as fast as possible to capture as much as possible, and picking up Portra, we were armed with the good stuff, so here's Verdun. First of this roll is Unreal, an absolutely beautiful scene that my lovely camerawoman pointed out to me. An incredible moment of calm and bliss, such a relaxing atmosphere overall, and is easily already considered one of my favorites of the year so far. Shout out my guy Andre, random dude who wanted his picture taken. Definitely got his niche pushing strong. The light was really blessing us in this evening. It was kind of a dull day ahead of time, but the evening just turned into this beautiful, rich, warm light, and it was too good not to take some nice portraits of my beautiful girlfriend. So expect some more on this roll as we move ahead. This is another beautiful scene that I'm incredibly happy with. A classic pointing shot, my favorite, and the Verdun sign in the back is just a lovely pop of color. Just lovely, wholesome vibes happening. And I always love capturing them. Another goal which I wasn't able to capture was some cherry blossoms in Montreal. The weekend we were in Montreal was actually peak bloom season in Toronto, so I am a bit bummed that I wasn't able to capture any of that, but I'm glad I missed the crowds that usually come with those famous blossoms. So we got the next best thing, some lovely magnolias. This is another frame I am very happy with. That childlike wonder and exploration, literally jumping over the fence to go play with her friends and family. Just another beautiful classic spring scene. Overall, Verdun just overflows with charm. When I look back on my 2022 video, that is my favorite part of the video. And those images are my favorite from that trip. To be fair, CineStill 400D did just come out at that time, and it was my first time shooting it on that trip, but I think it's more about the character and the scenes you find in Verdun. They're truly just second to none. So overall, I think there's about 11 keepers on this roll. We grabbed some real yummy froyo from around the corner and made our way home after a light 22,000 steps. Moving on to our second full day, it was gonna be another mixed weather day. But I've been holding on to this film stock for a long time, so I figured I'd just rip it and ignore the less than ideal weather conditions. This is another film stock from the film company I used in my previous POV photo fun, Flic Film. This is their Street Savvy series, Street Candy, which is supposed to be nice and saturated, which I love. So we're headed to the Plateau to check out some cool thrift shops and try out this film stock. Nothing too crazy in the first of this roll, just a nice simple scene and moment, but nothing really too special. I really do like the next shot of the bike. You can really start to see the colors come to life, especially in those reds. We found this really cool little film store called Studio Argentique. I was finally able to track down some CineStill 800T branded as Reflx Lab 800T, but all that shit's the same. And as you know already, we were on quite a hunt for it. And I also saw a cool little Reflx Lab hot shoe light meter that I've been eyeing for a while, so I figured I'd pick that up as well. The light was slowly getting nicer, so I figured I'd try some portraits on this film stock as well. And I'm really happy with the results and how it renders these skin tones. Love this moment of a dude just working on his bike on the street. So dope seeing people run errands, people working on their passions, just out and about. Such a really cool area of Montreal with tons of character down the side streets. You can get lost in all the charisma so easily. Love this portrait of my girlfriend here. All the colors like the pink and green surrounding her are just so pretty. And there really isn't anything better than a candid portrait. Here are the rest of the captures from this day. Our cameras were dying and we still had the Museum of Fine Art ahead, so I wanted to save some juice to capture some of that as well. Moving on to the final roll of the day. Yes, I know. But as the cliche goes, we've saved the best for last. An exploration of the brutalist architecture of the Montreal Metro on CineStill or Reflx Lab 800T. I wanted to go somewhere on the line that I hadn't seen before. And since we were already out during the day, we were up to 14K steps, we decided to make it easier on ourselves and go to the closest terminal station. Station Angringon?
Angrignon.
I don't know. Peel is what kicked this obsession off for me, so it's the perfect place to start. That, and it was literally 30 seconds from our Airbnb. We decided to start at the terminal station and make our way back. So it was such a nice surprise to walk out into a park after leaving it. And the sun was just barely setting, giving us a lovely blue hour atmosphere, perfect for CineStill, and the mix of artificial light like in this shot of the couple walking through the station doors. This is just absolutely incredible geometry and shapes. And the symmetry of this building is just to die for. Easily one of my favorite shots, and it's not hard to see why. These two shots at Jolicoeur are some of my favorite from this roll. Love shooting a train window and seeing all the riders, and the way the red on the sign and the bench pop are just so beautiful and addictive. Very fitting for Verdun station to be just as cool as the neighborhood itself. Such incredible shapes and colors, different pockets, and vastly different vibes. I just love it so much. La Salle had the same textures and shapes going on as Verdun. I wanted a nice even distribution of shots per station, so there weren't more at some stations than others. So the trigger discipline here was real tough. At this point in our journey back, we both really had to pee, and we were still kind of in the suburbs. So as we made it back closer to the city, we found the nearest gas station Tim Hortons, beautiful, godsend, and relieved ourselves and got ready for the final station, Lionel Gru? I don't know. Which was also a transfer station, which they do so much better here than they do in Toronto. Such a cool multi-level complex with such interesting shapes and angles. Was easily my #1 target when we were scouting all the different stations. After all of our exploring, we somehow had 3 shots left over. And there was this arcade that was right next to our Airbnb that we wanted to try and win some prizes for our friends before we depart the next day. The joy found in those arcade captures is a perfect allegory to our entire trip. It was the perfect way to wrap up our last full day, finding all the racing games we could, even the ones that throw you around. So after an extra day of exploration and even more materials captured, am I fully satisfied? No, not at all, not even close. I've wanted to go back so bad, and this video isn't making it any easier. But that's no fault to Montreal. It's just such a dense and diverse city, and to fully feel satisfied, I feel like I need a month or two to really just stay there and capture it. But at that point, I should just move there. Thoughts for another day. But if you've made it this far into this video, you truly are a real one, and I appreciate you so much. That video back in 2022 is what really got me into making these types of videos, really got me into covering film photography and just exploring and trying different things. And so it's really cool to come back 3 years later, make another video bigger and better, and share it with all of you guys. I am incredibly happy with what I captured, and I could not have asked for better conditions. Maybe other than some cherry blossoms, maybe, but you know, we got magnolias instead. That's all good. I won't waste any more of your time, as this video is long enough. So I'll just leave you with the usual. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up on Instagram at whoiscameronrollins. And while you're there, maybe hit me with a follow too. We're pushing to 3K, making big moves, as you can see. But as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And peace.